Hello, team. Welcome to our monthly sales rally. I'm super excited for everybody to be here. We've got a great lineup today. I'm going to get kicked off by talking about our 2025 wins. This has been a great year for our business, for all of our businesses. First and foremost, we funded over $2.5 billion in volume by the end of 2025. That makes this year our best year as a company for funded volume ever. So congratulations. Amazing job across the board, especially in a market that is still challenged with higher interest rates and challenging inventory environments across the country. Number two, our NPS score at a plus 94.1. That is best in class in the mortgage industry. That is literally the best NPS score among any of the mortgage lenders that record this consistently. So amazing job on the client experience. Number three, we've improved our financial balance sheet by over $5 million. That's an incredible number for 1 year improvement. I want to say across the board, whether you're sales, operations, HR, marketing, compliance, you name the department, every single person contributed to those three outcomes over the course of this year. So thank you and congratulations for an incredible year. Now, biggest thing I want to talk about is, yes, 2025 was an amazing year. And yes, we are still only in the first week of December. But the reality of the situation, guys, is 2025, this ship has sailed. 2026 starts now. And it's really, really important that we have our mindset on making December 2025 our foundation for Q1. So when I think of this month, what we can be doing to set ourselves up for success in 2026, it really comes down to reevaluating all of the basics, our daily habits, our top agent partners, the agents we've been prospecting or the referral partners we've been prospecting all year long. It's about prioritization. It's about getting clear on where we are going. And as a company, I'm focused on making sure that whatever your vision for success is for 2026, I can assure you, our vision aligns with that vision and we together will achieve your goals. That it's important that we understand that in order to achieve those goals, we got to get clear on where we're going. We've got to make sure we understand who our audience is, who our referral partners are, who we're going to be targeting to grow our business with next year, and what do we need to be doing on a daily basis to win in our business. More than anything, what I want to make sure we're doing is we're learning from 2025. We're not allowing any of the distractions that we learned were ineffective in 2025 carry over to 2026. We're not allowing any of the setbacks or the challenges or the wrong referral partners to get in the way of our vision for 2026. So that takes me to a really important daily habit that I've implemented this year, something I've talked about with a lot of you. It's my number one daily habit that's made the biggest change for my success on a daily basis and a weekly basis here at UMortgage. And what I do, and you could do this either at the end of every day or at the beginning of every day, but this is a daily reflection on how your day went. So I do it at the end of every single day. First thing I do, I have a list. What did I get done today? And I go through and I bullet point out every single thing. And it could be personal wins. It could be, hey, I went to the gym. It could be, all of your business wins. I had this many appointments for the day. I made this many phone calls from an outreach perspective. I, submitted 2 loans for the day. I got 1 loan pre-approved for the day. You list out every single thing you got for the day. And based upon how big or small that list is, you'll know how productive you are. The second part of that is, what are my opportunities for improvement? What are the things that I need to focus on based upon what didn't go right today? I didn't time block effectively. I spent too much time in the car in transition between appointments, but identifying 1 or 2 opportunities for improvement day over day. And then the last thing is, what are my priorities for tomorrow? What did I not get done today? And what are the things I need to focus on tomorrow? By doing this at the end of every day, you put yourself in a position where you've done inventory of what you got done. You make it really clear the 1 or 2 things that you have opportunities for improvement on, and you identify your to-do list and the things you need to nail down tomorrow. You don't forget anything by starting the new day over. You're coming into the next day with a clear set of priorities. So when I think about 2026, guys, that's the kind of daily habit that's going to set me up for success. That's going to put me on a position where I'm truly getting better every single day. I'm going to hand it off, and I'll be back shortly.
Hey guys, Jimmy here. Hey, I'm super excited to be on the December monthly sales rally. So some of the things I wanted to talk about today is why is December critical? And frankly, why is the middle of November through the end of the year critical? So let's talk about that. So right now, half of America, realtors and lenders, have basically taken their foot off the gas. Thanksgiving and the holidays, and now we're approaching Christmas. A lot of them aren't working. So this is the time to really differentiate yourself, okay? Move yourself away from what everybody else is doing. Now, first and foremost, be active on social. Make sure you're always posting that you're available on the weekends if you're doing that work. Get to open houses, post your wins, post those things. Let people see that you're working. That alone is going to get you business, right? That's going to differentiate yourself. Now, ways you can stand out from others, very simply, is this. When you reach out to your agent partners, say it's on Account Executive Day, Monday, or Tuesday when you're doing the status surveys, when you reach out to these guys, dig a little deeper. Do a little research on these guys. See what their socials look like. Make sure they're doing okay, and then really dig deep. Become their friend, right? I love working with some of the people I work with because I know what's going on in their life. So I dig deeper. I said, hey, how's it going? What's going on? How are you doing? Not necessarily, how was your holiday, but how's your year been? What's your plans for next year? Is there anything you're struggling with that I can help you with, whether it be personally or professionally? These are our friends. These are the people we want to do business with. We should build that. So when you're asking the questions, dig a little deeper. Say, how's everything going? And they answer the question, well, they give you some fluffy answer like everyone always does. And then you say, you know what, Bob, Mary, how are you really doing? How is your business this year? How's your family doing? Dig deeper. When I was at the Forward event with Neil Dinger, one of the speakers talked about that is really going to a different level. When you truly understand where people are and where they're going, this is how we can truly help them. Now, we've got a lot of great assets here, whether it be marketing assets, things for realtors, different things that we do. We have a lot of ways to really benefit our clients. So I would tell you to kind of reevaluate your business as you get ready for January. Again, I'm not the new year, new me kind of guy. I'm the put your foot on the gas through the end of the year. So January, February, March, you're crushing. That's me. And that's what I would recommend you do. Now, you know what? Take the time of the holidays with your family, but you can dedicate, a few hours a day to doing the follow-up, doing the messaging, doing the things you need to do to grow. Now, there's going to be a lot of tips and tricks coming after me in this meeting, talking about how to win agents and clients so you can learn how to be better. Again, there are people, whether they're doing 1 loan or 20 loans a month, that can teach you something in this business. I learn every single day from each and every one of you when I'm on the daily sales huddle, when I see what you're posting, when I see how you interact on social. Very, very powerful. So take everything you've got, make sure you pay attention to it and learn from it. Now, I want to talk about a few things that are coming. Number 1, the daily sales huddle. From now on, we're moving that to Monday and Wednesday. The reason being is we sometimes feel like we overwhelm you with things. Again, we think we provide a ton of value, but sometimes having super quality, high value meetings wasn't really doing what we wanted to do. So we're going to move it to Mondays and Wednesdays, same time, and make sure we're able to give you more impact, more value. So great speakers like Chris Vinson or other people like him that show up on Mondays, or Amir Sayed or Anthony, people like that. We're still going to do our partner Thursdays, but it's going to be Wednesdays now. We're going to move that to once a month. We're going to do those kind of things. We're going to make sure we bring a ton of value. Now, I also want to remind you guys about the meeting I do every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, my time. I get on and we do the mortgage manual. We talk about loan scenarios, systems, processes, how to work best with ops, how to structure a file correctly, which lenders are best for which scenario. We do that all the time. I'm by no means perfect. I learn things every single day. We have the privilege of having a bunch of great LOs on there. Sheree Rosnick comes on and talks about income a lot. I think a lot of us have learned. I think we've either helped guide people in loans or saved quite a few loans. So those are very, very important. So those meetings are impactful. Monday and Wednesday, daily sales huddle. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the mortgage manual. Bring your scenarios to us. If you've got something, bring them. Now, obviously, I can help you any other time as well, but those are the designated times where I'm going to be dedicated to you to be able to help. Now, one final thing I want to remind you of before I pass this off. Loan Originators Powered by You Mortgage. Every other Thursday, today being one of those Thursdays, we're actually reaching out and trying to bring more great people like you into the organization. We are very actively recruiting right now because we have some value props that a lot of people don't have. We've got Tempo. We've got the sales training book. We've got the open house playbook. We've got a lot of ways for you as LOs to grow, where you guys that are doing 0 to 2 loans a month get 2 to 5 loans a month. There's a lot of people that have really massively succeeded here, and we've got a lot of great options. So I want to remind you of that, okay? Don't sleep on working hard. this holiday season. Don't sleep on focusing extra hard. But again, I implore you to be authentic with your people, to dig deep, to balance out your life, and don't always call and say, hey, I've got this new fancy mortgage for you. Talk about them. Talk about life. Talk about your kids. Talk about things you enjoy doing. Dig through their socials, right? The thing that annoys me most in the world is when someone reaches out to me that's trying to recruit me, for example. And they say, hey, James, we've got this great plan for you that we want to hire you for. I'm like, well, first of all, if you'd done 2 seconds worth of validity and validating who you're talking to, you would know I don't go by James on the internet. So guys, make sure that when you're reaching out to these your partners, do a little research. Find out what's going on. Maybe their mom just passed away. Maybe their kid just graduated college. You know, obviously not that time of year, but you never know. You never know what's going on in their life. Make sure when you're reaching out, you're not just everybody else reaching out and making the phone call. Make sure you're doing the right things to stay in front. Now, again, after me, you're going to get a lot of tips and tricks behind how to gather up and how to really work better with more agents, more buyers, and to be able to create your business and make it grow strong for 2026.
All right, team. Jimmy just talked about closing the year strong, and I'm going to continue the trend. We've got 3 weeks left until Christmas, 4 weeks until New Year's, and there's essentially 15 business days, solid business days left this year for you to be prospecting and growing your business, being prepared for 2026. So how are we doing it? My number one top recommended thing that you can be doing in December is setting goal setting meetings with your agents, with your referral partners. These are typically people that you're already doing some business with. Maybe you closed a couple deals with this year, or you're starting to build a relationship with them. And this is an opportunity for you to invest in them, understand and learn what their goals are, help them maybe understand their goals a little better, help them set better goals, and figure out the best way for you to serve them and help them grow. Like that is the foundational thing of having a great relationship is, you helping them grow, they're going to help you grow, and sharing your goals together and understanding each other's, purpose and your why is super, super important. So, very simple to do this, obviously reach out to those agents. Hey, would love to talk to you about your goals next year. Share my goals for next year. Would you be open to meeting with me? Schedule the meeting, book the meeting. We do have an awesome resource. We've kind of got a agent goal setting worksheet, and I'm going to share more about that on the Sales Huddle on Monday, December 8th. So this upcoming Monday, make sure you join us for that Sales Huddle. We'll deep dive into it even further. But really, the number one thing I like to kind of uncover or reveal in these meetings is, posing the question, what are you going to do differently next year compared to what you did this year? Because every single time I've had these meetings, someone's got goals of doing something better, doing something more. Maybe it's close more business. Maybe it's close the same amount of business, but spend more time with their family or save more money. But a lot of times it is growing your business. People want to do more. They want to earn more money, and they want to continue to grow. So I've never met someone who says their goals are less than what they were this year. But to truly change and to have growth, next year compared to this year, what are they doing differently? And ask that question. A lot of times people think, well, I think the market's going to get better and Trump's going to cut rates, and so that's going to increase my business 20%. Well, that's not controllable. The market's not controllable. The macroeconomic things, those aren't controllable. So having these meetings help y'all really uncover what are the controllable things that the agent can be doing and things that you can be doing so that you can both grow next year. So looking forward to seeing you Monday on the Sales Huddle. I'm going to turn it over to Trevor. He's going to talk about another piece that you can either stack on in that same meeting with that agent, or you could have a separate meeting, and he's going to talk about his partnership audit strategy.
What's going on, you mortgage? It's Trevor Tannehill here, dialing in from Kansas City. Hope you all are having a great start to your December, and I am back. I was on the last sales rally, and I was asked to come back again. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to present something that has been helpful in my business heading into the new year. So first and foremost, Adam West, your drinks do not have anything on my Zoa energy drinks by Dwayne Johnson. If you've never had it, highly recommend it. Gets me through the end of the day. Anyways, I just want to give Adam West a little plug there, as I am constantly seeing his Dr. Peppers and his drinks that he's drinking. Anywho, guys and gals, I wanted to focus today on something that I have implemented in my business that has helped me just get some feedback from my agent partners as we head into the new year. So, we've heard this a lot lately on goal setting, which is important for our business. How many leads did we take in? How many closings did we have? How much average commission did we get throughout, 2025? And then planning for the new year, which is all great. However, I wanted to go one step further and gather some feedback from my agents that I work with to understand how they felt I did. And what I mean by that is I wanted to ask them, hey, what did you think about my business? How did I communicate with you? What are some things that, I didn't do well? So I generated it's about a 10-minute quiz in Microsoft that is a form that I have sent out to my agent partners. Now, you could do this one of two different ways. You could send it to, your top 5, 10 agents and really get specific and have a great understanding of those 5 to 10 agents. Or, if you did a deal with someone, try to understand, what they felt like you did well. It's a great way to go above and beyond to have them give you some feedback. And then in the form, I also address, hey, what are some challenges that you're facing in your business? So I plan to take all the responses I'm getting, which have been fantastic, and opening my eyes to understand, hey, are they going to continue to refer leads over to me? What are some areas that they're struggling in? How can I help them be better in 2026? So it just goes to another level when you can invest in their business as well. And so, I sent this out to all of the agents who I have worked with this year who have referred me a lead, because I want to understand what's going on. How can I better serve you in 2026? And so it really helps set yourself up for success with those agents and differentiating yourself from the other loan officer that is also, out there trying to earn their business, who is likely not doing this and investing in their success and their growth. So, some key findings that I have found is, agents really just want communication. They just want to understand where things are at in the loan process and not have to reach out to me or the loan officer to understand where the loan is at. And so that's been really eye-opening, because I've heard that, but now I've got tangible feedback to from the agents that are specifically saying that in their form. So it's true. They don't want to have to reach out to us and figure out where the loan is at. So goes to show, our Tuesday update calls and our status update PDFs are so important. So I found many other things that I'm going to share in greater detail on a sales huddle here later in the month. So make sure you tune into that. But if you would like to get started on this form and just copy what I created, send me a message on Teams and I'll be sure to send it your way. Thanks again for having me, and let's go have a great rest of December. Talk to you soon.
All right, so here we go. We are to the December sales rally. I love this topic because, y'all, we are here. It's the end of the year, and it's time to crush it. For those that don't know me, I'm Glenda White with the NXT branch here in Dallas, Texas, and we're talking all things about how to build 2025 to build a better 2026. And one of the topics that I absolutely love is brand new agents. So before we get into that, I want to tell you a little quick success story that even I had this morning. I had a brand new agent that has been licensed, I want to say 6 to 8 weeks now. And he called and said, hey, I know I'm going to have really kind of crazy clients right now because I'm getting into this. Do you have time to talk to a client right now? Y'all, so it was on the spot, brand new agent. Yes, it possibly has some credit. Haven't even looked yet. But then we started just navigating the what and the why. And his report back was the reason I fell in love with Glenda and the reason I do business with Glenda is she was the very first loan officer I met and has followed up with me since day one, 8 weeks ago. So understand that these new agents could be your best kind of plan of action. And the reason I love that is the application has already come in for this client. She's already told a friend of a friend. So when we think about these brand new agents, think about the how and the what, but you get to mold them for your own factor and who you are, how you do business. And then once you find that connection point, understand, y'all, you're going to thrive with that. The reason I love to focus on these as well is these new agents, their brokers don't give them everything. But if you pour into them on value adding, building their business, not about loans, but this has been conversations with this one agent of how to authentically build their business. That know, like, and trust factor is already there, which makes you that one step further because loan officers are scared, honestly, to make that call to brand new agents because they don't know what to have a conversation about. When I'm calling this agent, I'm like, hey, did you get your social up and running? Are you marketing? What's your email campaigns look like? What's your follow-up strategy? Do you have a track and measure like we have in Tempo? Are you utilizing all of these? So when your business does come, it's top of mind because Glenda's here. How do I find new agents? Couple ideas that you can do on that. I met one the other day from a local Facebook group, and I think that daily sell huddle is coming. I met one from a Facebook group that is brand new. She got her license 2 weeks ago. We've already had a consult, and she's already sent me a client. So social media is really good. You can go to your local, we have Champions Real Estate here in Texas. You can go have a conversation with them. You can call maybe a title rep if you're attorney or non-attorney states. You can, I think, also use Redder now that we have to find new agents and just have a connection piece with there. How do we add value? Y'all, that's going to be really big. Adding value to a new agent is not about loan products, what scenario worked for them. The new agents need how to grow their business. They need the business side of aspects and not the how to that will come. Now, do I send them my Friday emails? Absolutely. Do I make sure they're on every social platform? Do they have their technology updated? Do they have their spreadsheets updated? So I'm taking it from the business standpoint. Find the value add that you do in your business and add it. Find a Google Sheet. Y'all build a Google Sheet on, ChatGPT. Say, hey, here's your tracking measure for your leads and how you get business. So then you're simply giving them a value added service for free. So I know that was a lot in a little bit of time, but y'all, this is the best time to thrive with brand new agents because the older agents and older, we'll call them veteran agents, they're already sleeping. They're taking December off. They are sitting with their families and they are not doing business. So if you want business today in January and February, go find 5 new agents a day. That's your call to action. Go friend them on social, go call them, make the connection, give them one value add, and then see what that does for your business. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. I know you're going to go to the next one, and we'll see you next time. Happy December, y'all.
Hey everybody, Nick Robillard down in South Florida, pumped to be on my first sales rally with all of you. So let's talk about quarter 1 next year. How are we going to get there? One of the best things that I've done to meet new agents so far this year is open houses. It's one of the easiest way to have a face-to-face with an agent. There's no pressure. Most agents are there, probably going to be by themselves during the rest of the year. So I'm in prospecting mode and they know that. I'm out there to build rapport, understand kind of what buyers are walking into their open houses, what things are becoming best for them, and really positioning myself as a resource. And so when I walk out of there, I've left a couple nuggets to them where they go, man, I could really call that person on my next deal. Making sure that at the end of the year, we're looking at who do we want to do business with? Those are the agents who are out there still working. They didn't pack it in because they got a big commission check. A lot of LOs do that as well. So if we're out there, we're being proactive, we're talking to agents, making sure that they know that we're out here grinding just like them up until the end of the year. Those are the people that we want on our team. Those are the agents that we want to work with, making sure that those are the partners that I want, and staying consistent all the way through Q4 is what's going to set us up for success in the next year. Now, when I walk into an open house, I walk in with purpose. I walk in with confidence because I know and I believe that I am a great resource to people. So when I go and do that, leaving a small piece of value, asking some questions that really provoke them to think and make sure that they know that the conversation that we had was helpful to them, it was beneficial to them, and it really made them think. Not just another lender out to drop off some cookies or drop off my business cards and say, call me if you have a buyer. That's not going to work anymore. We have to be more proactive. We got to be more intentional. So my goal is always to make them think. When I leave, man, I could really use that guy on my next deal. Now, when we do all that and we've prospected and we've gone out, we met these agents, had these awesome pop-bys and done all these face-to-faces, we got to make sure that we have a follow-up plan. Otherwise, you're wasting your Saturday and your Sunday away from your family, and you're really not going to cultivate that relationship. So my follow-up starts the same day. When I leave, I make sure I thank them with a text, letting me come by. I appreciate it. It was so good to meet you. Enjoy the rest of the open house. I hope it goes well for you. And then when I get home, I take my list and it immediately goes into tempo. I make sure that I have all my information and I begin my prospect journey with those new agents. So if I've met 2, 3, 4, 5 agents on a Saturday, 1, 2, 3 on a Sunday, I've got 6 to 8 new agents who on Monday, I can begin my calls. I can start them on my prospect journey. And within a week, I'm looking for that short intro call. I'm looking to set that face-to-face meeting, and I'm looking to learn more about their business. Adding this to your arsenal all the way through the end of the year is going to make sure that you start off 2026 with a bang.
Good afternoon, U Mortgage. I'm here to talk to you guys today about client experience, which if done properly will attract new buyers and attract new referral partners. With me, it starts with removing barriers right up front. And that means I take the application right over the phone. I know everybody likes online apps, but online apps creates more steps and more time. Get on the phone, get their questions answered, get the information, and move on. I always explain at the end of that call, why do we need the docs? Not just we need documents, why do we need the docs? Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I'm going to speak to the listing agent on your behalf and make sure that they know that you're fully vetted. And if we go under contract, it's smooth sailing once we're in underwriting. This is why I explained to the buyer, this is why we have a great reputation with all the real estate agents, because they know we fully vet everything up front. And that could be the difference between you getting your offer accepted and you finishing second place to the home of your dreams. Magic happens on the weekend, right? I was saying, magic happens on the weekend. You might find a house Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If I don't have docs, you're scrambling to get me documents. I'm scrambling to get you pre-approved. Let's just knock it out early. If I have an LOA, hey, I'm passing the baton, right? This team is set up for you, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, to make sure that you have a great experience. Nobody wants to feel like they're being passed off to somebody. And it's never, hey, here's a pre-approval, go get them. We're going to go over the numbers. We're going to unpack things. I'm going to let them know, hey, we're on your timeline. Whenever you find a house, we're ready for you. I don't care if that's 6 months from now, 6 years from now. When you find the right house, we're going to dig into the numbers and we're going to make sure everything's crystal clear before you make an offer. Make them feel good, right? Once we're under contract, we're going through a rate lock consultation. Make sure do you want to pay points? Do you not want to pay points? They're going to get weekly updates. If you can't make it to closing, make sure that you go over every single possible thing. Last thing you want to do is have them sitting at closing and everyone thinks that you didn't go over the numbers with them. That's a bad look. Go over the numbers with them. Call the realtor. Hey, I'm really sorry I can't make it tomorrow. I went over the numbers with Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. They're all ready to go. Any questions tomorrow at closing, you call me from the closing table and my phone will be answered. Final thing we're going to go over, right? Communication commandments. This is the one thing that I think is the biggest reason why people work with me. I use layman terms. I'm not saying DTI, LTV, DSCR. Use layman terms so they understand what you're saying. Never leave anybody confused or wanting more, because that just creates confusion, right? Make sure that you explain what you're trying to say in a way that makes them able to understand it. And don't send a quick message when a phone call would do the trick. And I always end the calls with, hey, is there anything else I can do for you? No, are you sure? Make sure that means something, right? Like me sending a text message and at the end saying, any questions, let me know, is absolutely worthless. Literally worthless. You might as well not even write it. Pick up the phone, call them, or at the end of that message, hey, is there anything else, anything that's unclear that we can get on a phone call and go over? Those little things mean so much to everybody. And be proactive. If the buyer reaches out to me or the agents reach out to me, I lost. I should be the ones reaching out to them first so that they know what's going on and they always feel like they're working with the best team. That's all I got for you guys. I'm going to pass it off to AC so he can finish us off.
Great job, everybody, today on our monthly sales rally. My last message to everybody going into 2026 is think big. And that is my clear message to everybody. We are finally, after multiple years of rising interest rates or a higher rate environment, we're finally at a point where we know interest rates are going to come down in 2026. That means the opportunities in the market are going to rise. The opportunities for all of us to grow our business are going to rise. And we need to be thinking big. We don't want to be thinking small. Yes, all the basics are extremely important. Our daily habits, our routines, our client experience, all those things need to be there. But we need to be thinking bigger about our goals. We need to be thinking bigger about the growth of our business. And we need to be thinking bigger about the health of both our lives and our business as we go into 2026. So my challenge to all of you, write your goals down, think big, and let's get aligned on how we make 2026 our best year ever together as a team. Have a great day. Thank you, and talk to you guys soon.